Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Yeah, okay. So today I have had the Razer Viper Mini for now about a year, I think. Yeah, a year. And I'm gonna tell you guys if it's still that good and what are the pros and cons of it, and is it still worth it in 2021 or is it not? So yeah, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, let's get started. So, first, we're gonna start with the pros about this mouse, and I have had it for 1 year, and I still feel the difference between my old mouse and my new Razer mouse. So, Razer Viper Mini, and so obviously there's no delay. Don't worry about that. The optical switches are really like click, and for that matter, it's really good, and there's no problem. The shape is basically the Model O. Basically, if you have any experience with the Model O, it's basically the Model O, but smaller, shrinking down, and it's basically you can't double click. That's it. And it's a bit better for normal than jitter clicking, but it's basically the Model O other than double clicking. Then the sensor, obviously the sensor is a really good tracking. Obviously I have no problem with it. But the only problem I have is that my mouse pad is not that big. I have a Steel Series QCK medium, and a new one's gonna come in extra large. So as you can see in my gameplay, sometimes I pause my cursor, my crosshair doesn't move a lot, like when I'm gun stacking. So that's why, because my mouse pad is not that big, as you can see, like I have to lift it and then push it. Yeah, but that's no big deal with the sensor. It's just I don't have a lot of space, and I prefer more space. And I play with 500 DPI, and I play with like 30 sensitivity in game, so I have really low sensitivity, and I like that. I feel comfortable with it. So then you have the core pads. This is probably the most um, glidable Razer mouse. Pretty much, it just flies across the mouse pad. So yeah, we can just skip that. Okay, ability. Okay, so the ability of clicking methods, you can do practically every clicking method, but there are some consequences basically. So if you want to do normal click, you can. If you want to do jitter click, you can. Obviously, you can't go over 15 CPS. Like the max I got is 15 CPS, so I don't know if you can go over 15 CPS, but I have tried, but you can't really go over 50 CPS with jitter click on this mouse, pretty much. But like, come on, 50 CPS is really good. Come on, guys. And then normal click, I sometimes normal click, and when I'm bridging, and sometimes when I PvP, I normal click. But when I'm PvP, it's not that often. I mostly butterfly click. But we're gonna get into that in a second. But you can do all the clicking methods, but I'll get into the consequences in a second. And the quality of this mouse is really good. Obviously, it's a laser mouse, so there's no worry about quality. It's just obviously really good. So, the cons of this is that there's some obvious ones, and there's some actually notable ones. So obviously, I changed from a wireless mouse, office mouse, and a wireless one, and then I changed to a wired one, and it feels a bit different because I'm taking around the wire with me, and like this is like new for me, but I would rather this be wireless. But I do think it would be more a bit expensive. But like, there's no Viper Mini wireless. No, there's just the Viper Mini, the Viper Ultimate, and that's wireless. But it's not a big deal. I don't think it being wireless or not wireless is a big deal. So, but that's like I would rather if it was it would be better. Okay, so also another con is the biggest probably con is it's non-double clickable. There's like a feature on the software of the Razer mouse, it's Razer Sync or something like that, and you can make it double click, but like for what you have to do to make it double click is basically a macro, and you're obviously gonna get banned if you do it. So I don't do it, and I'm stuck on getting like 10 CPS butterfly, but it's not the best or the worst, considering I'm not a crazy PvP. I'm just Bedwars, Bedwars YouTuber, but it's not the biggest deal on Bedwars because, like, look, I'm just using KB stick. I'm a big KB stick abuse. So basically, there's no big deal about that. This next one is basically more of like aesthetic side, and is for the scroll wheel to be RGB because a lot of mouses, like the Model O and the K9 100, like those mouses, under the scroll wheel there's like RGB lighting. On this mouse, it's not. That would be cool if it was, but this is just on the aesthetic side. It doesn't affect your gameplay or anything. But I would rather that. It would be pretty sick. It's just on the Razer, like on the back. So, and then the fourth was just me for personal, but like I would rather this to, but because of the shape, there's like indents in the middle between the DPI button and the shell. There's like these, and it makes it look cool. But when dust and hair gets in there, I don't know how, but there's a lot of dust comes in there, and it's pretty annoying. For me, I love when my tech is really clean. So I don't know. I always have a cloth beside me, like on top of my table, and I just use it when I want. So, but it's fine. It hasn't gone dirty for like a week from now, so that's good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the clicking methods and the consequences of them. So basically, getting clicking normal thing is perfect for that. It's perfectly fine. Like some YouTubers I can tell did a whole review about it, and he just said how good this mouse is for jitter clicking. And normal clicking, I it's basically jitter clicking, but your normal clicking is still really good. And obviously the clicks are really light, so you don't have any problem with that. And then here comes the more controversial, more of the question is is it good for butterfly and drag clicking? So I can drag click, and I sometimes drag click for no reason, and I don't do it for any reason. I don't use it for bridging. I don't use it for free. I don't use it for anything. But you can drag click, but you can only drag click like 5 CPS max. And if you drag click on the top of the mouse, like the really top of the button, you can get like 30 CPS, but that's not consistent at all. It's just like for 1 second and then done. And butterfly clicking, I use butterfly clicking, and max is 12 CPS, and I think it's fine. So yeah, I think that's really good, and I think this mouse is still worth it in 2021. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.